The flooding in Accra is not an engineering problem. It is just a problem of indiscipline.
I Kobby Mensah. I sponsored the party when we are in the opposition. I sponsored the party with my money, my resources. National executive, they are well. So if I sponsor the party to come to power and the party will appoint me minister and MC and they will hunt me to intimidate me that they don't want me to do anything here, I'm going to sue the MC and I will sue the MP.
It's good. Say when you're candidate, because imagine the kind of mentality. Say because you sponsor the party, so even when your building is at the wrong place, they should look at you and say, "Oh, sorry, we cannot demolish your place, eh? Because you are who? Because you are who? You demolish your building, you demolish building like I say. What no, you demolish. Say,
when Kumasi West, and me ba be faka wa ha. Na me dia kwa yie me hia me kuoka wa ha. Na in fact me hu ha me wura ho papa enti Kumasi peni titi West ko peni mama yanka Ashanti region nana wada o mebru ebra so sa Asante se ye beti ye ho kura ye nte ye ho.
John Dramani Mahama for the first time, Papa Nibuefu, Oja. Also flooding na ekoso Ghana no, especially Accra and Kumasi. Also enye engineering problem da. Eye muna musi dan waterlogged areas. Muna mo a problem.
The flooding in Accra is not an engineering problem. It is just a problem of indiscipline. It's not an engineering problem, it's a problem of indiscipline. We have drains, and everybody says, why don't you do sealed drains? But the problem is when we do sealed drains, people drink sachet water, they eat papaya in those styrofoam plastics, and they just dump them anywhere. And these plastics wash into the drain and they go and block the drain. And so if you have to unclog the drain, you have to remove all the drain covers and clean it out. You clean it out, you cover it again. In the next 3, 4, 5 months, they have clogged again. But that is not even the major problem. The major problem is the location of Accra. You have the Opetekwe mountain range, and you have the Atlantic Ocean. Before people came to Accra, you had the Lafa stream, you had the Densu, you had the Sakumo stream, you had the Kole stream, you had the Odo stream. All of them were rainwater that falls in the mountains that flow through to the Atlantic Ocean. Then you come and build a city in the path of those streams. What do you expect the streams to do? And even if you build, leave the causeways. If you come to London, you see the canals in the city. If you go and build a house in that canal, where will the water go? It will go back into people's houses. Unfortunately, Nanan Misremu, our traditional rulers are selling plots in streams. It's not this Nananuma I'm talking about. We have places they call Ramsar sites. These Ramsar sites are wetlands. And they say that migratory birds come from Europe during the winter. They come and spend vacation with us in Africa. Then when they finish the vacation and it's summer, they fly back. And they decided to protect the Ramsar sites because of the migratory birds. But let me tell you what the Ramsar sites do. They are wetlands. So when they receive the water from the Opetekwe mountain range, the Ramsar sites are huge wetlands. So they absorb the water into the wetlands and discharge the water gradually into the ocean. So if you build and you fail and build, you fail and build, you fail and build, you are reducing the size of the Ramsar site, of the wetland. And so when the water comes, what is left cannot contain the water. And so it will overflow and flood people's houses. I've seen from the air, helicopter, a stream coming from the Kwapim range. And then it reaches somewhere and they've built across it. And so the stream has nowhere to continue. So it will flood your houses and flood houses of people behind. Now when government takes action and begins breaking people's houses out of the waterway, the same people will say, hey, hey, that's our problem.
I'm saying finally, the president have given up. I don't say, wouldn't say, yes, dance you no, any assembly. Ocha dan asase dia mani pa no. Was it eno na mo ye no. Motivation ne de. We assembly, we chief. Asase na utwa dia ma omo e wo honom no. You know the consequences. Say e dire. Consequences na e ba chire no. Extreme. But yet no confusion. No hene, which asase. Na assembly, which asase. Ede obi waterlock area, a Ramsey site. Na eno no ye be jare nda ben. Anu bi say ye ni law bia se ohene a o yesika ni brief force assembly ni a o yesika ni brief force o twa asase no ede ma obi sa nipa no probably onokura ni good knowledge when it comes to buying acquiring land. Ono later e ba be buni there to agu. But what happened to the chief and assemblyman? I am twa asase no. Catch me comment section as me pese me dey na almost consequences so almost actions face. Because if me am better as no say minim you say ignorance is no excuse in the face of the law. Sure banker. But if I am suffering the consequences, someone who also sold a friend said the land for me, whether a chief or assemblyman, must also face the consequences. I'm not supposed to face it alone. But I didn't in your way. Adenti ani yanka pe enchiro mo. Why is it that nothing, absolutely nothing, happens to the chiefs, the assemblymen who sells the land? Because yesha say ye bubu, ye demolish a man for building. Aya ti dia obiaka. Ana meton me land free assembly ho. Ana obi ne ton land na ma miu. Enti obi bia no. Awo obi o ton land na ma no. So land no enye free prekope. And now ana nipa no ko ya na o chance ko fa sekan. Ana fa tractors, e fa excavators se okobi so. Ana odi so wie ye na na we na dey say okay. They say dey madi so wie dey me dia. Ana o chance o si down so. Someone saw him. Someone took money. And the man permission no. And now there is a permit to build on that area. Now the John Dramani Mahama didn't know can. On can we employ. Say him from Munyans as a tongue. Traditional rulers. Munyans as an moton I waterlock areas no. Or say the flooding in Accra is not an engineering problem. It is just a problem of indiscipline. Local councils and traditional rulers are part of the problem. But what are we going to do to them since we know they are part of the problem? Now no see we yempo we ye. Yes say we NDC ni mapa. Now a parliamentary candidate Edema Ablekuma West in 2024 election course no. Ye bubu ne building na esi enso ho. E waterlock area. Ani ye bubu. Say a resetting Ghana agenda meboa. Enti wa be kan de kra no if it is resetting Ghana. Yepe. Enso to kakra bi na anwi yayi. Flood. Chaya ya. Eni ye edi moja ne katrema afusane ekoba saa. Ana yebre ana amanfo su amanfo TVs never call cars near the motor near the call, then the panka say Caribbean call. And the person end flood no once and for all. Now, Ugo Pemo our Pablos Laguna. What's Laguna to say lagoons 1 mile? Anna Onyonko. What go see our building a case you? And yes, I be demolished. Ye be demolished a branch here. Papa and friend Kobby Mensah. I Kobby Mensah sponsored the NDC with my own money and resources while the party was in opposition. And the national executives are aware if after helping the party come to power, the party has appointed ministers and MC to hunt and intimidate me, preventing me from carrying out my project, then I'm going to sue them and make sure the law takes its course. Kobby Mensah, former NDC parliamentary aspirant for Ablekuma West. And because of NDC intino. Omumubu obiade no munyane de no. Oya dia papa ikan sanko wini abato na nka na kuma ye papa. E de magana for.
I Kobby Mensah. I sponsored the party when we are in opposition. I sponsored the party with my money, my resources. National executive, they are well. So if I sponsor the party to come to power and the party will appoint minister and MC and they will hunt me to intimidate me that they don't want me to do anything here, I'm going to sue the MC and I will sue the MP. I will make sure the law will take control. 1997 is when I acquired this property. So in the documents, I wrote a letter. I sent the document to the Lands Commission of Ghana, and they also wrote a letter to Metropolitan Assembly. That was 2014, and then the Metropolitan Assembly, they are here to survey the place, the property, and then they prove that BNA is residential area in a match here. That managed property in Metropolitan Assembly by BNA. There's no gutter here. No can you bone a pambos, Nikan bone a pambos, no ya pambos be an international gata a jemmy. Not a put about in spawn. No, you know, me if offense or like a dan gata jom, I do pambos like a jom, JB, I do not a jom. So I'm calling me no net no fe Niji Linda Crew, regional minister. A mamisha China no. No leke, Ninkabia and Kakabia Filteleke, and Hag Benafi will tell you bien. Well, Linda Crew starts to 2 months. Ne can me try, where's our back more like any being. So we'll get to the point that I'll report her to the national executives and they call her. So she rather invite me to his office. I went. During the discussion, a Leheko is a community. So Linda Crew powered the youth of this community to hunt me so that this project will not come on. Secondly, too, the MC here, which is George Nick Papo, the MC is not fair to me at all. After, you know, I contest election at Ablekuma West here. Oh, really? And it was a stolen election, like I'm the MP here, but it doesn't matter. After I went, they appointed the MC, and then they wrote a note on our platform that now we get the MP, we get the MC also. So we are going to see how Kobby Mensah will manage incompetence in this Ablekuma West. So then about 6 months ago, the MC himself came to my hotel at last to come and do demolition there. My first one broke down, I was rebuilt, and he sent the guys to come and clear everything off. So even I do a press conference about the step that the MC took. But you know, sometimes people use their power, their position to intimidate people. So this thing that they do is the MC and the regional minister. And you look, my brother can go to all the places and check. If you are doing demolition, you are clearing me off from this place. Make sure everybody that is close to this place have to be cleared off. But only me. He went to my hotel. There's over 40 containers in that particular area. Only my property went to touch. Today too, he's touching my property, and my property is a registered land. Okay. So to me, they will not go scot-free. So you take them. I'm going to sue the MC, and I will sue the MP. I will make sure the law will take control. So now, if they are doing the demolition, why do you demolish some of the part of the building and you leave some? So I want them to do proper demolition, clear everything here. We'll see who is who. Look, I illustrate a law. So if the MC and the regional minister, because of, let me show you where the regional minister was living, where he was born. Look, all these places. If you assume the regional minister no own property here, and you know, because of the area now, the development of the area, your mother property is down now. Your family property is down now. Unless I give you advice, Linda, your parents' property now is down. So break it and raise the building and rebuild again. He's telling me that it's a family that will not do anything there. So it's in brother and sister that they live there. So if me I have money, I should go and do it for them.
That's what the minister.
That's what the minister tell me. And this minister is an arrogant minister. That is what give respect to the party. And I want to tell the party executive and the national that is them appoint the minister. Is now appoint the MCE. So they cannot leave these people for them to take the party to their hand. I Kobby Mensah. Kobby Mensah. I sponsor the party when we are in the opposition. I sponsor the party with my money, my resources. National executive, they are well. So if I sponsor the party to come to power and the party will appoint minister and MC and they will hunt me to intimidate me that they don't want me to do anything here. They won't attack my head, my company head office also. Okay. A few weeks ago. So the MC yesterday called me, I have a meeting with him. He says, give me up to Monday to come and tell him something. This one, I wake up, I was told that he's here with the machine, want to do the demolition. Wow. So this MC guy, he have a beef with me. And the man there, George Lampton, when you are doing the campaign at Ablekuma West, he never came to any campaign. He never came to any platform. I never seen him anywhere. So if today he have this position and using that position because of me, that's breaking me down so that I will not come up again. I have many companies, I'll still run. Okay, do you have permit here? I have permits. Who will give you the permit? My brother, let me tell you something. When I was about to do this project, I wrote a letter to Municipal Assembly that I want permit. And they told me that all these properties here in Opetekwe, they don't have plan for that. So they are not giving permits. I should go ahead and do my projects. I want to meet the engineer. I said, okay, engineer, respond to my letter for me. And the engineer respond to the letter that there's no permits in Opetekwe here. So I should go ahead and do my projects. So when they finish their demarcation, they'll give me the amount to pay. Okay. And I'm cool with it. So they give you the amount to pay? No, there's no, this particular area, from here to Otojo, all this side, they don't have permits. Okay. But when I was about to register the land, they wrote a letter and then I have the letter from the Accra Metropolitan Assembly that the place is a residential area. So I'm waiting for now they keep on doing the demolition. We'll meet at court.
It's good. Say, well, you're candidate, because imagine the kind of mentality. Say, because you sponsor the party. So even when your building is at the wrong place, they should look at you and say, oh, sorry, we cannot demolish your place. Because you are who? Because you are who? You demolish your beard, you demolish building like I said. If you can say any waterlogged area, bam. If you can say baby, we see what war you need a year see. Say any baby a bit affected, I'm a flood. I see what Accra. Okay, that's good. But you are not saying that because you have sponsored the party. And changing a trying flood now, now. You say you take steps now. May take it. And this is what John Dramani Mahama, especially the president, will say. The people with power are our biggest problem, the engineering problem. The people with power. Assembly people want to answer as man. And I say, oh, traditional really want to answer as man. Then he feels that what on there and the modified property. So when we now start telling him, say someone who level, why rise here do a level of say who contest for a member of parliament for Ablekuma West. So Nipa also team sponsor NDC as a party. Surveyor, obi manen be check say they be assassin out in a right place and your waterlogged area. Ade. Fe party nti yenyao. Party nti nka my fans ensan kan wo hu. Ka kire me. Now apart from say among forces dan waterlogged areas no. Enye nko a. Is this really the Ashanti region? I know. Look at the garbage everywhere at Kumasi West School. I'm really heartbroken by this side.
When Kumasi West School, and the meba be faka waha. Na me dia kwa ye me hia me kuoka waha. Na in fact me hu ha me wra ho papa. Enti Kumasi penny. Titi West School penny. Mumayanka Ashanti region. Nana, wada o mebru. Ebra so sa asante se ye beti ye ho kura ye nte ye ho. Esan se mu ahaki afo libra wo ye adwuma wa han kan sen. Na mo hwe Kumase pa fifi. Na de ha je. Efi mene ye, efi. West Square ni ho. Some come so one moment here to one dear no more you are my piano man abeguano. In fact, no more casapra. No more to me in Faho. Kumase, your friend say, original minister. It is on your man when you're at Hamun Chamuhana. Maybe so. It won't come. Me raho papa. Share and a matter see how one more time at the end moment. Woman, we are. You're feeling in a no map, edge. If you no mo de agu ha no ma sole no ma gya ho in fact monya hu bibi na anu odene me begina ha kura me ra ho say fit run about no so bad here baby ya de ho ye Ashanti regional minister mon sore na mon pusu mo kakra wa na Ashanti yes you deserve better titi garden city pa na afi de adane bola city.
Wey mami bi atese ko pie mu West College of Education West School e wo around Otafu ni New Tafu Tafu Mampong Highway around Swami roundabout no so I say hey Ashanti Regional Minister Dr. Frank Amakohene na anu ya mi ka kire say Raf the activist democracy have guys in back o sorry be ye de kire Dr. Frank Amakohene say papa na die bebrebe na say wo ye bo obaso yi ana se kuma se visa munwe yo na flood na nche na moye na kwaba awa tu ene ma mi so apem so se de we omagija bola agu kwan ho gata mu nu nim say the next place better say monyi yo nipa mro na kuma se ni na flood and the enche na move very busy Ashanti region titi kuma se kona se finu de finka fin pa omo de fini etese omo de asra adware wo yo mo hwenye yi am se Ghana the problem no se ufri left now about right yen e cost 90%. There wouldn't have been a need for Nadmo to be very busy in rainy season if people were not building at waterlogged areas. If a man want to get a baller, egu gatam. Gata na nye choke. Na a friend is saying baller bi eni kwa so a. BBNC, a man for see nine NC waterlogged area. BBNC, PNC. Now ni Nana Jumo, out Germany. Actually, me a better drainage system amu isu abrochire. Na uhe the way drainage system wa ha because ahunidie nti because other time we is video we there say yeah the same kwan any 3 days flood be Ghana ni na because ko da kibe wa ko tu wura agum kwan bi obefa so bi ade tu wura na agum bi obetu agum ola say bia ade na o maye no wuntimi tu wura agum ni na Ghana akura no scrapless e ba kutu na ye timi ko tu rail line no omutimi ko yiyi o a friend is saying overpass no na de na ho omutimi ko yifiri ho e de ko to as scrap hwe Ghana ha mo de Germany ho no de sanity ye aduma because emra no they are enforcing it. Ghana how ye chimi mala mamba so for amba buzu peni beba abuzu peni amba party ni beba e de ya ye benya kamfo bonna wadi no benya ho kamfo nti hanom no enforcement no ye den nti say ko yes drainage system ya dey bi but we so dey would say enka flood sem bia nim. But how are we going to do it? Ye beden aye enti dabe na Ghana ni ebejai se onsi dan ensi waterlogged area na se ontura enfa ngugatam se enforcement na ama yanga sangasa ye de epe e make change ka tell me comment section but me person me hu ne se John Dramani Mahama my president your president admit say traditional rulers any assembly for no omo na ya ton san sase e de mo musi dan e waterlog area and I'm asking the question say enti omo ton no ade enti na omo ye nyo mo hwe na de onu si ne dan no onu kwa na ebubu ne de ade ntia ka tell me comment section ase where we are na oye new subscribe like na share ma unya eso enya bi ehwe edi no e ba ko pe max billion I will naked truth will old Burger Trends Accra. Bye bye.